Well, good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Nucky Lagoon, where if you blink as you whistle along the Stewart Highway on your way maybe from Darwin out to Palmerston, you will miss this piece of bush magic. There's no tricks here today, I can assure you, but my wand will be waving in your direction shortly, and I'll urge you to take action. My name's Mark Sumich, and I'm here today on behalf of Sumich Estate Agents and Auctioneers. My new agent, Alison Aitken, is responsible for the marketing today, and I appreciate all her efforts that have gone into proceedings. Thank our owners for presenting their home beautifully and wish them all the best today. Now, I'm going to run through some of the terms and conditions of the auction, give you a brief rundown of what we've got up for offer here this afternoon, and then I'll press straight into the auction immediately afterwards. So we're here today on behalf of our owners, and we're selling their property at 95 Thorak Road, Nucky Lagoon. Now, we're selling 6.93 hectares, ladies and gentlemen. It is section 5251, 100 of Bagot, LTO 99/081, and all contained on that freehold title, the very best title that the Northern Territory can offer you. Volume 632, folio 322 in the Darwin area. Now, we're selling the property today, folks, inclusive of all fans, light fittings, the dishwasher, the solar hot water system, the stove, the television aerial, any fixed floor coverings, all blinds, curtains and drapes are included, as is the central vac system, the irrigation system, 15, for crying out loud, air conditioning units, the gas hobs, the pool and bore equipment, plus all current chattels in the two standalone guest bedrooms at the bottom of the home, as has been explained to you during your viewings. Now, the good news for all of you today is that we're offering you vacant possession on the settlement date. And that's down for the 2nd of October 2008, some 30 days from now. If you don't settle on that date, mind you, you'll be burdened with penalty interest at 15% per annum. Don't go there. And all bids today are inclusive of GST. So what you bid here today, that'll be what you end up paying for the property. Now, the owners have given me a written reserve figure. It's in my pocket. I won't be disclosing it to you, but subject to it being reached here today, the highest bidder will be the purchaser. If a dispute arises concerning any bid, we'll put the property up again at the last undisputed bid. Now, the auctioneer may refuse any bid, but you can't retract your bid. And if I choose at any stage to bid on behalf of the owners, I'll tell you all about it immediately to avoid any confusion whatsoever. Now, if you happen to be the buyer here today, you have two simple obligations. Firstly, to sign the contract, and secondly, to pay a deposit. And all we need today is just a nice, neat $200,000. Wouldn't be a burden to too many of you people up here, I wouldn't think. Now, I'm not going to run through any more of the contract. However, I'm going to assume that you've read the documentation, understand it, and are bidding on these terms here today. May I make that wide sweeping generalisation? Jolly hockeys. Okay.
Come on, mate, get on with it.
So, where are we? Here, someone's... Well, we're moving along, sir. We're running along at a decent speed, I think. Folks, Thorak Road has been called a lifestyle block. It's been called a manor in some of the advertising script, a hideaway. For us city folk, it represents a paradigm shift. How on earth could we consider taking that sort of a project on? But if a change is on the cards, a stellar residence like number 95 Thorak Road is the ultimate solution for one of you here today. On arrival, it is quite simply signature Northern Territory. We come down the winding driveway, the sparse foliage is everywhere, and boom, there it is, right in front of you. It could be straight off a Kentucky farm, folks. It's big and strong, and it hits you with the kitchen sink. It's a block bastion, there's no doubt about that. Someone called it a gentle giant when we were there this morning. But at out over 10,000 square foot of undercover living, it is significant in all respects. We have bedrooms, bathrooms galore, they aren't in question. The formal and informal areas
we've all seen it, clear. Mate, get on with it.
Yeah, we'll be moving on with it shortly, sir. I can't hear who's yelling at me here. Where are you? Can't see you yet, so I'm sure you're going to give me some inspiration shortly. The games room, I haven't mentioned the Tasmanian oak here as he's flustered me and I'm in a hurry. The Tasmanian oak flooring adds that real warmth to the property as you come through, and yet the hardness of the granite tiles adds some real strength and longevity to what is a significant building. It's all cooled, of course, by that much vaunted cross ventilation that we need here, and don't we need it? And certainly when you get out to Nucky Lagoon, it is essential. The balconies are there, a plethora of them to take in the sun at whatever time of the day you might need it, and the home itself is perfectly set on out over 17 acres of land, ladies and gentlemen. Essentially level and adjacent to Nucky Lagoon with all its picturesque bird life. We've got the even the dingoes, they tell me, and the odd wallaby might be scooting through along underneath your verandas. We have those horizon views, though. They're there to take in the big electrical storms when they kick in. And of course, you've got the sunrises and the sunsets, which you'll pick up beautifully while out there whining away in the evening. I picked a mango off the tree. There was a pawpaw option further down if you happen to go to that extreme. And ladies and gentlemen, while you're entertaining your guests, it's noteworthy that the neighbours will have to drive because it's that far to the next property. That island kitchen would come into its own. Overlooking your ranch, ladies and gentlemen, out there with the pool and all its exclusivity. A cricket pitch maybe, plenty of room out there, no question of that, all perfectly irrigated. But aside from all that, this is a pragmatic home. It works from the study to the essential bedrooms and like. This is a significant home that quite simply will work for you and your crew. Now, ladies and gentlemen, there'll be no rabbits pulled out of any hats here today by me, I can assure you of that. But it is fair to say that this is bulletproof Northern Territory real estate. But in breaking news, my personal interview last night with the Treasurer, Dahlia Laurie, revealed a couple of interesting bits of information to me. Firstly, of course, that not only is the economy booming China style, it's fair to say, ladies and gentlemen,
get on with it,
that the housing expansion into rural Darwin is imminent, and I urge you to get there first. 95 Thorak Road at Nucky Lagoon may well be your answer. Are there any issues that I need to clarify before I can get underway with the auction?
Sorry, I've got a question.
Yes, sir.
I noticed during some of the open inspections walking around the property that the bore, the pump looks really old. It's quite rusted, and can you tell me if it's actually working?
Sir, its workability has been a little suspect, and with its 67-metre depth, there's plenty of water down there, but my owners have given me very clear instructions that a new and replaced bore is to be in place by your settlement date. And you can bid with some real confidence today on that basis. Anything else?
Yeah, sorry, just another one as well. I noticed from your brochures when you're handing them out at the open inspection that it notes the house was built in 2003, yet they just seem to have finished with a concrete render. It sort of looks unfinished. Can you tell me if the vendors are actually going to paint the house?
No, they're not going to paint it, sir, at all. My understanding is that the property is actually just slightly before 2003, but your point is taken, and I can assure you that the mist green colour of the exterior rendering is available in significant quantities, as I've seen them, but there will be no further painting done by my current owners, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Good on you. Loving your work. Do we have a starting bid from somebody? Get things underway at Nucky Lagoon, Thorak Road, not Toorak, as someone suggested earlier. Thorak Road. Anybody to kick me off and get things rolling?
I'll give you 2.4, mate.
2.4 is a beautiful start. Thank you, sir. Welcome to the fray. At 2,400,000, could I say 2,450? This is your time now, ladies and gentlemen. Stamp your authority on proceedings. At 2,400,000 to the back now. Is there 2,450 in the room? I'll bet there is somewhere. At 2,400,000. Yep. 2.45 immediately. Thank you. Is there 2.5 somewhere then? Maybe against my starter if you like. Bid me now and say 2.5 for me now, folks, if you will. At 24.50 the rear, is there $2.5 million in the room for a prime 2.5 now? Welcome to it. At 2.5, and again you in here, sir, and you haven't spent anything yet. At 2.5 million, I'm bid strongly here. Shall I say 25.50? It's against you and now, sir, my starter. At $2.5 million, 2.5 it is for the want of 50,000 now. At 2.5 I go first call.
Yes.
And 50.
50.
2,550,000, looking for 2.6 if you have it.
Sorry. Can I retract that bid, please?
No bid can be retracted, sir, I'm afraid. You've put your number up at 2,500,000 and 2,550
Sorry,
here.
I have a personal check. Will you accept that?
Of course.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. It only has to be for 200,000. I'm sure you've got that well capable. At 2,550 to the back. Can I say 2,600 here on your behalf maybe? At 2,550,000 for Nucky Lagoon, ladies and gentlemen. At 2,550 now, say 2,600 if you will. Bid it to me and bid strongly now. Stamp your authority today. At 2.55 the bid is at 2,600 anywhere. Bid it away. First call at $2,550,000 here at Nucky Lagoon. Go twice for Thorak Road for in excess of 2.6 now. In excess of 17 acres it is. All level, folks. You've seen it, you know it. Secure the keys if you can at 2.6 the money. Look for 50 if you can. Here and here, 3 parties in should give you plenty of confidence. At $2,600,000, take a risk. The only risk in not taking one is that you never do it. Do it now. At 2.6 million for the 1 to 50 if you will. Bid it away. First call at 2.6 million.
50,000.
50, 2.6.5 now. At 2,650,000. Can I say 2.7 again, you sir? At 2,650,000 to the back. He's bid big and strongly now. He's back with me.
Hang on a second, mate. A question if I could.
Certainly.
I'm bidding on behalf of a mate of mine. That all right with you?
Well, I'm sure it is, sir, but you'll be signing the contract in your name, sir, and I know you're well aware of that. At 2,650,000, you'll be bidding.
That.
You can put a nominee provision in there. There'll be no problem with that. But, sir, you'll be ultimately responsible for the contract.
Oh, shit, mate. I can't afford it.
Well, I'm sorry, sir, but you can't retract your bid at this stage. At $2,650,000, we've got work to do to sell it yet, but you're bound by your bid at this stage, so I look forward to further bidding.
But
at 2,650, could I say 2.7? It's again you now, sir, and the back at 2,650,000. Say 2.7. 2.7 it is. At 2,700,000 for the one of another 50, could I say, make it 2 3/4 if you will now. At 2.7 to the rear, is there another 50 anywhere? Surely now at 2 3/4, you see real value at that sort of level at 2.7. Bid it once, twice.
25,000.
And a quarter. 2.725 it is. At 2.725 we're bid. Round it up and make it 2 3/4 if you like now. Here, did I miss you, ma'am? At 2.725 the bid. In or out now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the chance for you to get to Nucky Lagoon. At 2.725, shall I say 2.750 now? Bid it once at 2.725. Having second thoughts, sir, you're out of jail for the moment. You're coming back with me?
I'd like to stay there.
Fair enough too. Closed 29 years ago yesterday. Second call at 2.725. You're with me or not for another quarter? Come, sir. You haven't spent anything yet. At 2.725. Third and final call at that level. Are you all out? All done. Well, sir, I have very clear instructions for my owner, and the property's not for sale at 2.725, nor is it for sale at my vendor bid of 2.750, which I'll place against you right now. At 2 3/4 is the bid. I'm looking now for 2,775,000 if you've got it. Keep coming with me now, sir. We'll have those keys for you in 30 days. At 2 3/4, now with me. Shall I say 2,775?
Take 20.
I will.
Take 20.
Why not? Loving your work. 2,770. At 2,770,000, I'll oblige you of the same increment if you like, sir. Say 2,790 if you will. At 2,770 to the rear and bid it away strongly.
20.
20. 2,790 on the nod here. At 2,790, sir, you're coming second. Not the place to be, a silver medal. Unless you come from Singapore, they'll win any medal. At 2,790. Shall I say 2,810 on your behalf? Or a neat 2.8? You tell me. At 2.790 in the fourth row. Bid it here. First call. Twice now. At 2 million.
Five.
All right, we'll run with that. No problem. 2.795 it is to the back. You were down to the nuts and bolts there. $5,000. You probably got that in your back kick, have you? At 2.795. Make it 2.8 for me.
Sorry, just another
Hello.
question. How are you again? Sorry.
Right.
I just note when we've been doing the open inspections, there's been a lot of planes coming over. So, can you confirm, are we directly under a flight path here?
We're not directly under it, sir. And the good news, of course, is that we're into the prevailing. So we're not going to get it as much as you think. They're taking off the other way. But we're just adjacent to it. And at 2.795, the gentleman here ain't even slightly concerned. Round it up, go on. Make it 2.8 for me if you will. Could I say that now? Make it 2,800,000. With me or not? First call at 2,795,000.
I'll give you 10,000.
Good work. 2,805 it is. $2,805,000. So you started that shenanigans with the $5,000. Finish them off now. Come on. At 2,805,000. Can I bid it away? Happy to chip in with another 5. You got your keys out yet, mate? We're all right. The deposit's clear.
I was looking for 6,000.
Not yet. 6? 2805 it is, at 2,805,000. Sir, would it make any difference if I told you I'm going to sell it right now? The best piece of Nucky Lagoon you can buy today. At 2,805,000. I let it go then for the want of another bid.
1.
2806. Right down to the nuts and bolts now, sir, and you've got a final say in proceedings. You'll never buy it nodding your head that way. At $2,806,000, and bid it for me now. Is there a single in the room then? Or I'll knock it down to the rear. At $2,806,000 I go. First call. Twice. Third and final chance. All silent at that level at $2,806,000. Are you in, sir? Are you with me still? Because I'm going to knock it down. I won't take a bid once the hammer hits the hand. At 2806 for Nucky Lagoon. All done and finished. Going. Sold to you, sir, and congratulations. Brilliant buying, with all due respect. Great bidding strategy. Appreciate the effort of our underbidders. Sir, I'll have a word with you outside. We'll sort you out there. No, thank you.